Greetings and welcome to Huntsville's Technology Channel. My name is Dave Knowles, and today I have the privilege of being with Lisa Williams of SDI. Lisa is a very successful businesswoman on the national level with SBA, on the state level, and locally also with our own Chamber of Commerce. Lisa today is beginning a presentation on 10 eye-openers for business owners. Lisa, thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to hear what you're going to share with us.
Well, thank you for having me here. And, these are just short points that I've learned along the way. And they were eye-openers for me, so I thought I would present them to people who are either thinking about starting a business or in the process of running a business. I would say the first thing that I can think of is, and this is for people who are thinking about going into businesses, it's very important that you take calculated risk and not chances. And what I mean by that is, taking a calculated risk is something where you've planned for everything. I mean, any business owner going into business is taking a lot of risk. You put your own money into it, you put your own life into it, you put your family's lives in it because you're working 24/7. We put our child's college education on the line. So it's about planning and taking a calculated risk. And it's jumping off the cliff, but you don't want to jump off the cliff without a parachute. So again, it's making sure that you've planned for everything. And I guess you always can't know everything, but you've got to have a plan and you've got to be organized about it. Otherwise, you are taking a chance versus a calculated risk with your business. I would say, and number two, don't go and don't go into business with a partner unless you have to. There are lots of successful companies that have partnerships, and the reason why is because both partners or more were able to work off of each other and were able to use each other's talents and resources. And those are the successful ones. But I've seen people go into business with somebody because this is a good friend of mine, and I think we'd do well in business together. And I always say, well, what does this person bring to your business? Well, she's a good friend of mine, or he's a good friend. And then I say, well, that's not the reason why you're partner with somebody. So my advice is if you're going to go into business with a partner, do it if you have to because they have resources or they have connections or they have something that they bring to the business. And really, you want somebody that brings more to the business than you do, because then you come together with an advantage versus just, well, let's just come together and do business together. Because people have different visions. One person's going to have one vision for a company and the other person is going to have another. And you may end up that in the end you go in separate ways, and that will tear your business apart instead of two people or three growing it and working together to make it a successful business. The third one is don't hire anybody that you can't fire. And that means your friends. You may say, well, you know what? I like working with my friend, and I feel comfortable working with them and everything. But what happens when you have to fire them? How comfortable will you be at that time? How comfortable will they be? You can probably guess the friendship's going to end. Your family member, they may bring a lot to the table, and you're close to them. But again, can you fire them if you need to? And are you ready for the consequences of what happens? So, or you may hire a friend's friend or a friend's family member. Or, again, it's just, do not hire anyone that you cannot or will not be ready to fire. And those are my 3 of the 10 points.
Well, thank you very much. What I've learned so far from you in my eye-openers, or I should say your eye-openers, is that we should take only calculated risks, and the way to do that is through planning. Mm-hmm. Yes. Secondly, that only if we must should we have a partner, and if we do have a partner, make sure that they bring quite a bit to the partnership, yes, that they have defined talents and skills, and then finally that when I'm assembling my team, be sure to only put people on the team that I could fire if I needed to, because otherwise that can create a lot of chaos and uncomfortableness and not a very pleasant situation for the friendships that you've had.
Yeah, and not only that, it's hard to fire somebody. Anybody that's been in a position to fire somebody, it is such a tough thing to do. You know, you feel that, you know, I'm affecting somebody's life here and their families as well, and it's a hard thing to do. But a lot of times, you know, it's the best thing for the company and it's the best thing for the other people, because by the time you're ready to fire this person, what's amazing is the other people go, why didn't you do it sooner?
Yes.
You know, and it's a hard thing to do. So, you know, just don't hire them unless you're ready to fire them. Not that you would ever have to, but in case you do.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back. Thank you.